Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio. If you're wondering what is going on here, you might want to watch the video prior to this one to see how I got to this stage. But for now, I have got an MDF board with some lovely gems and some lovely colors in a geode kind of fashion. And I've got some of these rolls that just cardboard that I've covered with some glass, and I've cut them to size, and I've also shaped some of them to be one way or another. So now what I want to do is I want to spray these with some sealer or even varnish, just some high gloss varnish, but I need to protect my board, so I'll show you how I'll do that. I do apologize about the mess, but I want to get cracking. So anyway, I've just got this is the same size, so I'll make sure I just need to mark there and there, and I'm going to cut that out. You can even do it this way, like making a little cartouche. Look at that. Haha, look at that. Don't even have to worry about cutting it. And that one fits better anyway. There you have it. Right, I am going to use the other pieces of paper around here and just to cover the rest of the piece. Let me just grab whatever I've got here, and then I'll be back. Okay, she's covered. Now I'm going to take the whole thing outside and just spray. Okay, so while that's drying, I am going to try to do something with these. These are the ones that I did a while ago and they didn't really turn out. Might work on that side. This one, it's not too bad, this one, because the colors are similar. So I'm just going to go around and do the edges first. I just want to cover the edges, so I'm just going to go around with my homemade pen here, and I usually just do this. I just go over it and then I use my finger to dab everywhere. I find it works better that way. You can use a brush, but who has time? Well, I know I don't. So now this has metho in it, methylated spirit, so we'll put my gloves on. One glove as well. I'm going to need to for resin anyway, so I might as well do that. And then challenge picking it up. There we go. And then just go around and see, this is all I do. Dab, 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 dab. And I always go this way, away from me, because if I go that way, I'm rubbing all that stuff off. So that's why I go this way. Being careful not to make a mess, obviously. And that's it, that one, and it'll dry in no time because it's got metho in it. There we go, so that one's done. I'll go with this one as well. Wipe my hand just for a second. So I'll just do all of them and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've got my resin mixed, and even though I have my air conditioner on, it's still pretty cool for resin. But anyway, I've got all my, I'm going to give it a good go anyway. It'll still work, it's just a little bit difficult to work with it. Okay, so just mixing my colors together. I've got a taupe, which is like a deep mauve. It's got a bit of purple in it, and some of that silver grey mica powder, and some pearl white, and some some Starburst shimmer. I'm just going to use my finger to just move it around. I already like this one a little bit, but it's not matching, so we shall proceed. And any drips that I have, I'll save them on my silicone mat there. Let us start, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's get it done. So I reckon I want to do the edges. Ooh, maybe I should wait till last to do the edges. Okay, with this one, I think I'll just go in the middle. Don't need a lot. I've got too much here. Then I want to go in with my white a little bit. Then my taupe. And then my shimmery clear. Okay, so a little bit of heat, and obviously that puddle pour didn't really work for what I was after, so I decided to do just pours and just going around with the colors, and then just trying to fix that first one with just adding circles. It kind of works, but it's better if you do it straight up like that rather than doing a pour. It's a really good system if you want to do a quick geode. You know, you just apply colors and just do those lines, and especially that dark gray, which I applied there, that worked out really well. And now this one was a little bit tricky because the shape, you know, looks a little bit like a slice of pizza. It ended up being like a slice of pizza with all the topping falling off of it. But anyway, wait and see. You just wait and see. So I'm just going around with some more pigment and heating it up and just adding more, just doing circles. Circles are the go because they kind of change as the resin moves. Oh no, this is a bit of a disaster. Look at that. It collapsed. Oh geez, see if I can fix it. Oh my goodness. G'day everybody, welcome back. I've left this piece for a few days actually because I just, oh gosh, I could just hear my grandson screaming from excitement about something. Anyway, so I had a bit of a disaster, and then these little holder objects weren't facing the right direction. Like I had them cut over that way, so I've pulled them all out and I started putting them back in there. So sometimes the best thing to do is to just leave things and go do something else. And thank goodness I'm always busy. So anywho, so what I've got is I've got some, this is just like brown paper, thick paper. I just shoved it in there because I want to glue these down. And I've got my little, gosh, I can't even remember if I showed you my little coasters. So that's one of them. I painted the back side, so it's still a little bit wet, but that doesn't matter. I want to glue them. This is just temporarily because resin's going to go on there. But for now, I'm going to attach it a little bit with just some glue. Okay, so I did the whole glue thing, and oh my gosh, this thing, it's just, this piece is such a nightmare. Or not really a nightmare, but yeah, it definitely kept me up at night just trying to think of what to do with it. So the glue, the PVA glue, obviously didn't work. So don't do that. Whatever you do, get the right glue to do it. Because now I've decided I want to paint these as well, make them look the same, you know. So off I go. See, I made this one in May, 15th of May, and it's still good. So I might make some more. So this one's kind of stuck in there. This one I'm just going to go around mainly on the outside, because don't forget that resin is coming on top as well, on top of this, to make it nice and smooth and tidy everything up. So everything's going to be glued on and in onto this board and into the resin. So alright, I'll be back shortly. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to let them sit for a while, and while that's sitting I'm just going to go around and draw my lines with my pens. I've just tested it here and it's working great, so might just go around, hopefully in a nice even motion. So it's a bit tricky because you kind of got to twist your hand. Nope, that didn't work. Alright, bit shaky, but it's alright, I can always fix that. Not that it really worries me that much. I'm going to go in with my dark grey here. So if you haven't seen how I made these, scroll down and you'll see how I make them. And also if you go to the Crafter's Nook channel, where Miss Felicia explains it a bit further, because hers seized up a little bit and she found a way to get it sorted. So but you have to give them, depends on the actual, see, this was a pearl white, did not take long at all. Some of the pigments you need to kind of give it a better go with. Oh jeez, okay, that is not good. Lucky I didn't do that on my piece. So this one needs to be shaken a bit more. Let's see how I go with this one. See, some of them, there's a bronze. No, definitely need this one. Might need a little, put a little stone in there, but I didn't do that. Now let's see how this one goes. And I might also use some silver pen as well. Let's see how this one goes. Alright, so this one's good. I don't have a lot in there. So let's go with that one. Look how nice and fine that goes. Okay, let's go around here as well. Just go around here. Problem is I can't really see where I'm going. I sort of gotta bend. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at the moment. You're just going to leave it like that. Oh, I've got to deal with this guy, don't I? I might just lay him down here like that. Have that continuing. Maybe lift it up a little bit and then just maybe round it up a bit. I got to think again. Okay, so here's the guy that I made earlier, and it's a coaster. I use the same colors, leftover colors from here, and I think I might be able to put him in there and create something interesting with it. instead of that other guy. So if I can put him like that, maybe even that way, because you can see the, maybe even that way, and then fill it up with some gems as well, just randomly like that, like a pot of gold. What do you reckon? We'll have to see what it looks like when I pop all of them on there. So just going around creating some lines with my homemade pens and some permanent markers and other pens that I had available. Okay, so they're ready to go now. And so I've got some glue on there. We're supposed to leave it to start to sort of cure for about 5 minutes. I've used a hairdryer to try to speed up the process, as I do. And but this first one's going to be fine because it's going to sit, one part of it's going to sit down there. Just got to lean back down and just see how that is looking. Once resin goes on, it'll be all fine. Okay, so now this guy, let me just have a feel. Oh, that's still pretty liquidy. I just need it until I'm ready. This one, I want it to sit like that because it's supposed to be. Okay, so that's how I want this one to sit. Just press it down a bit. Okay, and then this one here, I'm going to sort of turn you off for a second so that I can hold these down. But I just want to make sure that I've got them all the right way. I decided to go with this guy up top because I really like that blue that's showing. It shows a bit of character there. And this one's going to be sitting like this. Let me just make sure that I'm lined up good. And that's looking good. Oh wow, it's already starting to work, which is great. So I'll be back. So while that's sitting there, I'm watching it. I really like the way these turned out. I'm sorry I didn't show them to you. When I went back to have a look at the video, I realized that I didn't really show them to you. But this is a cute little coaster. You would have seen it yesterday when I was playing around, and I just used the same colors, just used up the whatever I had left over, and it fitted this coaster. And I do have a couple of holes there from the bubbles that are, you know, occurred in there because the resin was so thick. And then I went around with a pan and just created some little bit more realism. So this is going to be, and just a, you know, a little stand, just one of those things from a cup to get left over, and it's sort of matching. Not that it matters because you won't be able to see it that good. I'm gonna, I reckon, sit this little heart here, and I might take a photo actually and have a look at what it looks like on a photo. Sometimes you get a better idea. Okay, so I better give this a little bit more attention now. Okay, so I took a photo, and I decided I need to give this heart a little bit more character, a little bit more color. So I might just do a line of this purple that I've mixed with my pigments. I need it to, oops, let me just wipe that and then go down here. Like that. Mucked it up, didn't I? Let's try that again. Lucky everything else is dry. I don't have to worry about it. Let's try that again. There we go, better. And now we're going to go from here over here. Sometimes shaky hands work well with art. You can get those nice shaky lines. So I'm just going to do that down there. It's not a lot, but it adds a little bit of something, you know, and I might even go over here a little bit. And down. A bit down and over here. And, oops. And come down here. Right. I think that'll do. At least it's got. Let that dry. It'll take a minute for it to dry, and then I might go around with the white again. This one doesn't like ruts everywhere else but on here. Okay, I've got one that's working. I just wanted it a grey. I don't want it to be too black like that one there. That's all I wanted. Just a little bit. Okay, I've got some more done to this. The middle, as I said, it's going to be filled with some gems. So we're ready to go. I've got my resin all mixed up, and what I'm going to do is, well, I haven't seen anyone do this, but I do it, and I think it really works. I heat up my board, especially because it's cool in here and it actually feels cool. I think it helps to adhere the other layer, and also you don't have to sand anything. So I'm just going to go around and give it a good heat. And it also helps to blow off any hairs or anything like that might be there. So here we go. This is going to be pretty easy. I'm so excited to have this done. Don't worry about that. It's going to be covered. And I'm going to use my hands to spread this wherever I can get my hands. See that? It also helps to release the bubbles, because see, that's nice and warm, and resin, once it warms up, it stays warm for a while, you know, even though it's fairly cool in here. I've got the heater on, but still. I should have done some art yesterday. It was nice and warm. Anywho, I'm just gonna, I usually really take time doing this, so I'll speed you up, and then I'll be back when it's all covered. So I'm pretty much just spreading this resin around with my fingers. Okay, lots of heating now to start the process. Okay, so that was quite a bit of heat going in there, and I can see some spots here that I need to fix. It's quite a thin layer, only going up to the edge a little bit, and I don't really want it spilling over, but if it does, it does. I don't mind this, the edge being a little bit matte. I think it looks nice as it is. Okay, a little bit more. And I'm going to preserve just a tiny little bit for here. But for now, I just need to use my torch, I think. Okay. This guy, we're gonna sit. Oh, there he is on the floor. And now I've got to wipe you so you're nice and clean. Okay. I can't remember where he was supposed to sit, but it doesn't really matter now because, where was it? That was supposed to be, I keep changing it, don't I? Excuse me. I think it looks nice just like that. Tipped over a little bit. I'll keep moving it. I think here. Yeah, I think there. We'll cover this boo-boo here. Go down here a bit like that. Is that where we said? So I want it to be... Ah, stop moving. It's sliding. Oh no. Might have to wait a bit. Yeah, might have to wait a little bit. Actually, I should have done that different way. Let me come back to you. Let me just clean this up and then I'll be back. Okay, so pulled it out, gave it a good clean and then a good dry, and now I've got some blue tack. Well, this is actually white tack. So I'm just going to pop it over here, right in the middle. It'll serve its purpose for the time being. Now I'm going to get this guy. I've also dried the middle of that. And I want it to sit here like that. Just so it's on. I've tested over here somewhere, see how it looks. Yeah, looks good. That's what I needed. Bit of a tiltage, and I might even, so that's going to look good like that. I might even get a couple of gems and stick them in there, but I can do that after when it's sort of, here we go, look at that. Just needed a little bit of tiltage, you know. Right. Alright, now that I've done that and I'm happy with the tiltage. Now it's tilting a bit too much, I think. I know, it's just, it's all detail. It's going to look great either way, but I think that's fine, just like that. Okay, let's go in with a little bit of resin. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm just going to pick up some larger ones. Look quite great, but I'm just throwing them wherever, and that was not supposed to happen. Okay, I have my tweezers and everything handy right here. Turn them around a bit like that. Just like a pot full of goodies. It's kind of looking quite cute in there. That's a nice point. So I'll just leave it here. It's another little. But this batch of amethyst that I got last time is great. It's got lots of these little points, which makes it really nice. I might even leave this guy out a little bit like that. Make sure I clean my tweezers. And maybe put a couple up here. They'll try and slide down, but oh well. That looks nice. Maybe a few more up here. And a little bit more resin just to make sure that that stays there. Don't need a lot. Alright, I'm going to wait for this to start to set a little bit before I come and deal with these guys. So just don't go anywhere. Okay, so I've decided to just put a little bit of resin here and hopefully it won't move too much, just on my finger, because I want to put a couple of gemstones on there just to give it the illusion of the gems coming down and into this little pit here. But I don't want to kind of wreck the nice design that I've got there, so but I do want to add some more gems here and there. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I know I'm trying to dodge the you bugger. Okay, it's all right, still pretty wet, so I think it'll be all right. Okay, let's just go with it. All right, so that's not too drastic now. Now I need my tweezers, and here we go. This is going to be interesting. I'm hopeless with tweezers. I just want to build it up a little bit. Maybe put it in my hand. So just adding some gems now, that amethyst, and trying to like arrange it so it looks as natural as possible, and building up that the flow of the last geode little piece that I have there. Okay, so I've got my little spoon. I'm going to add some of this white opal, which is beautiful and almost fluorescent in here. See how it's looking bluish white? I really like that. So I think I'm going to add it around these holders. So I'm just going to kind of tip it down and then spread it around with my spatula, but I want to go around everywhere. It's just a little bit difficult to get in there, and it's difficult for you to see what I'm doing, but I will show you close-ups. Definitely need some here because you can really see this guy. Yep, it's good. Alright, so now I'm just going to get my whatever I got and push that gem all the way around, and kind of even build it up a little bit if I can. I know this piece ended up being quite a project, but I didn't plan it to be like that. Like, I often go along with whatever comes to mind, and I think that's you know, that's being creative. And you know, cause sometimes, well, often I wake up in the middle of the night and I try to put myself to sleep by thinking about my next project. So a lot of the times I go through the whole thing in my head, things that could go wrong, and that's how I sort of know how to deal with things, because I go through the whole thing in my head. Mistakes I might make, what could happen, and then yeah, something can break, something can burn, you know, something can react to something. So yeah, I always do it all in my mind first, and then I go on to thinking. Usually it's supposed to be only like a 15-minute thought, turns into a 3-hour thought, because all these other thoughts jump in and want to have a go, which is, it's weird what you think about, seriously. And I even think about that. My brain is always full of things. Okay, that'll be good. Oh yeah, I've got to push this one down, so I'll be back, just tidying up a little bit. Another thought, and I did think of this, and it wasn't working in my little box of ideas in my head, because of the drips. So I'm thinking the drips are going to start, but then I'm thinking, why not that? I think that will create a really interesting effect as well. let it drip. So let's do that. And you know, if it looks ugly, I can always cut them off and sand it down and, you know, improvise. It's never a problem for me. There's always something that you can fix. I just thought I needed to make it into a more of a flowy thing happening, because these gems here look like they've just been thrown in there and not taken care of properly. So let's go down here. Just going to let it drip down. Oh well, let's go with it. Oh my god, here we go. See that? The drips? I like that. I think that's pretty cool. And it would be even better if I could get some gems to kind of drip down it. And if I could get those drips to stretch, that'll be fantastic. I like that. Okay, let's take care of this guy too a little bit. He needs a little bit of shininess. I might need to do that either with my finger or a spatula. I think finger. I wasn't going to do it, but it just looks a bit matte compared to the rest of the piece, so I might as well. And hopefully the resin won't slide down and give me those dimples, which is not what we want. I might make this one fall down here. And get a few gems to come out of there. Better clean my tweezers. It's spilling. I want it to naturally fall down. Come on. Oh, it's getting sticky now. Yeah, see how that's looking nice, how naturally it sort of falls down. I need a smallish one, a couple of small ones. Put them up here. There you go, look at that. Beautiful. Maybe a few more down the bottom, a couple more down there. Should I push them down? Tidy it up a little bit. Yep, that's it. That's really going to push it now. I think I'm pushing it now. Right, well that's, oh yeah, some of them are falling on the side. That's great. I'm liking that. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a heat, I think. Notice that I didn't heat the top. I just want to give it a little blow with the torch. I don't want to overheat it. Might even spritz some alcohol in there. I don't want it too hot. I want it nice and thick so I can create these. Hopefully, we'll see. Oh gosh, not much left. If I do it from up high. Okay, that's pretty good. And see, these are all spilling kind of sideways. I'm going to add some more gems to it. Let me leave some right there. So I'm going to add more gems coming down that way, falling down. Ah, my fingers are sticky now. There. I think that is it from me for this one. I could be playing with this all day, but I will wait for it to stiffen a little bit, and then I'll come and arrange these gems, because I really want to show my nice markings. But I suppose you can see them up the top here. And I want some of that to look like it's falling. Oh, stay like that. Stay. Wish I could freeze it. Alright, that's it from me, you guys. I will show you this experiment when it's all dried and ready to go. Bye for now. Okay, here we are. Everything is set and nothing is moving, and let me show you what I've done. I absolutely love this piece. I absolutely love it. I even love this heart. Everything's sort of set up nicely. Let's have a look over here. That's looking good. So I'm really, really pleased. Will you let me know? Please let me know what you think. I am so pleased with this piece and can't wait to do another one. I already have some ideas. Thank you so much for your patience. I know this was a long video, but I think it was worth it. And wait for another one, because it is coming. Now to figure out how to hang it, how to present it. Any ideas?